about a podcast that's on the rise. Infinity Equation, they cover everything in our eyes. From Marvel Legends to Transformers and G.I. Joe. If you're into action figures, this is the place to go.
Infinity Equation, they know the equation for all the best action figures and collectibles in every nation. From Hasbro to DC, they cover every nation. If you love figures, it's a perfect destination.
They have guests on the show, from designers to collectors. They share their
Doing well. How you
insights
doing?
for all you figure protectors. They review the latest releases and talk about their features. From articulation to accessories, they are the true believers.
Infinity Equation, they know the equation for all the best action figures and collectibles.
What is going on, everybody? How you doing? Was a single drop of intro. Probably not for a long time. It's another Friday night. I am back streaming live again. So hope everybody's doing well. Hope everybody's been having a good week, or should I say week or month at this point. Trying to think of anything else here. So good news is I was able to secure one of the interviews that I did want to do on the show. So that guest will be on here in about 2 weeks, I want to say. So that is super awesome. Other than that, let's see who we got here. We got Dom says, hello there. We got Robert Diaz says, we need to talk about that new Hot Toys. This is going to be a short stream, unfortunately. So it's not going to be something super long. What's going on, Johnny? How you doing? What's going on, White Vegeta? Robert says 6-hour work week after tomorrow. Oh, wow. Man, I wish you all the best on that one. Let's see. I guess I should just come out and say it. So the title basically says what it says. Basically, I'm going to finally end this for good. This is going to be done. Probably sometime in this year, beginning of next year. But that's when I'll be done. There's a lot of guests I want to get on in between time. I know a lot of people said there's people they want to see on here. I will try to accommodate the ones that I've been wanting to get on here for a while. There's certain folks that I know people have been asking for that probably will not be back on during that time. So I apologize for that. So so this is it. Like, this is the beginning towards the end. This is the march to the end, towards the end of the show. I will not stop collecting. Honestly, I will probably keep on collecting. I still love it. I still like getting new figures, seeing the new figures that do come out. But at this point in time, I'm just No, I'm not gonna do that. Nah, not to you. But yeah, basically, like, it's almost like that, the John Cena tour. Like, yeah, I'm done. It's just, I don't feel like the Zest sport like I used to. There's a lot of good stuff coming out, and I just want to enjoy it as any other collector would. I'll miss you, Bart, and I'll come back. Bart, this is it. This is the goodbye tour. This is it. I'm going to get the guests that I've been wanting on, and the last show will be. I'll have some familiar faces back on it. I will say that, and that's really about it for that. Like, I don't know, like, it's nice to do Um, but after a while, it gets kind of. I feel like I'm not enjoying it as much as I did before. And it's not because of anybody out there. It's not because of any one thing. It's just me in general. I want to kind of start focusing on like more on my 3D printing, getting that a little bit more down and rounded out. Work as well, learn some new things. Just kind of, yeah, definitely not Pokemon. YouTube has definitely have given me a lot of Pokemon videos, but definitely not Pokemon. No, I see people. It's nice, it's great to see people pull their Pokemon cards. That's awesome, but that's about it. A Brony? No, I have no My Little Ponies at all. Definitely not. No. Sorry, Joe. Yeah. But you'll always have somebody enable you. You'll always have somebody enable you. What's going on, Richard Sampson? No, it wasn't the AOA jokes, Rob. Definitely not that. Now, honestly, it's like I said, it's just, I don't know, I'm just a little burnt out. And just the other things I want to focus on as well. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that, Richard. I do have actually two more interviews to three more interviews to upload from Fan Expo. I'm just working on some of the sound quality. It didn't come through very well. One will be Larry Houston, who I got a chance to talk to. One good friend of mine, Ben, he's an artist. And then the last one is George. Oh, shoot. He's going to kill me for this one. I forget his last name. George Vega. Sorry. George Vega. So he does like actually some of the cards, and he's doing some of the work for the DC cards that are coming out as well. So there's that. So those videos will be dropping hopefully soon. Once I fix the audio on it. But it's just Friday nights it's a lot tough. It's very tough. I know Imperla does. I know ACBA does it. But it's just me right now. And yeah, that's it. We were supposed to jam to your intro for years to come. I'm sorry. You can still jam to it. I mean, it's up on Instagram. So RG hired Dante to work at Ollie's. Definitely no. I'm enjoying my Friday nights. I really am enjoying my Friday nights. For everybody who doesn't kind of understand, so Monday to Thursday, I'm getting up at 5:30, getting home at 6:30, basically, or a little bit later than 6:30 sometimes. So it's a long, long day for me from Monday to Thursday. And then Friday, it's a little bit of leeway on there. I do get home a little bit earlier, but it's like I have to hurry up, rush to eat, then hurry and then get on stream. And there's times it's just like I'm just tired out. Honestly, I'm just tired. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. So that's one of the major reasons. Yeah, Rob, Facebook group will still be there. Definitely. Yeah. Facebook group will still be there. Probably a lot less posting on the Instagram page for IE. I'll still post on my personal Instagram page. I'll still post in a Facebook group as well. I'm definitely not going to work for Toddy Mac. Definitely not that. No adoption pages from Toddy Mac. Bart, I would love to do live Gundam builds. Maybe every once in a while, I may do those live. I'm not sure. Depends on how I feel. Like I said, just during the week, it's just rough. For unboxing art. I appreciate that, Joe. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm sad to see DK go. DK was awesome on 20 round. I did watch it every once in a while when I could catch it. But yeah, I'm sorry to see him go as well. Week the rule thirds. Let's see. Did you get lucky with the Thanos suit pack? I didn't, unfortunately. No, I did not get lucky with that one. Unfortunately, I have to wait till it hits stores. So I missed it going up. I did get the Weapon X Wolverine, but that was about it. Will IE craze be rolling in when you do more 3D printing? That's a good question. I don't know. I don't know, Johnny. I wish I had a definitive answer on that. I don't know. Just depends on when we have time. We can get together to do some IE creators. I'm not opposed to doing it. Like we were doing it like once a month, which was great. It worked out for everybody. We just kind of fell off. I fell off keeping up with it. That was my fault as well. But yeah, what's going on, Stratton? What's going on, man? Beast Boy, how you all doing? So yeah, there's that. Trying to think of the last time I was live. What was I doing? I don't remember. I did see Thunderbolts, which was pretty good. I did enjoy that. What did I watch? What was last? Just watched something recently. I did see Sinners. It was a decent movie. I know many people probably have arguments about it, but it was a decent vampire movie. So I'll go with that. Let's see. I'm going to wait till Mission Impossible drops later on because that's 3 hours. I can sit at home. I don't have to wait through watching it in a movie theater for 3 hours with a bunch of commercials and trailers in front of it. So yeah. Hey, what's going on, Brian? I heard it was decent, Bart. I've seen all of them at this point. I'm gonna watch the last one. I'm with you, Richard. It was a weird kind of thing with the Thunderbolts. I was more upset like how they did Taskmaster in the movie. I felt like Taskmaster could have been had a better role than just being killed off within the first couple of minutes of the movie. It just seemed kind of I don't know why they would do that. And I think if they would have kept it with the original Taskmaster, I think it would have been fine. If they wouldn't have did the Red Room, this is how she was and all this. I think if you just did the Mercenary Taskmaster, it'd have been great. Yeah, I know. But yeah, Thunderbolts was a good movie. Unfortunately, it's one of the lowest box office movies right now for Marvel, which is crazy. I thought Eternals would be lower than that, but I guess people, it's weird. You know what? Karate Kid, I will go watch because that actually looks decent. That actually looks like one of the better Karate Kids that's come out so far. Let's see. I was thinking about seeing a ballerina stride, and I'm gonna wait on that as well. I like the John Wick series, and I know that you're ready to make another John Wick. Don't know how they're gonna do that. Who knows? Rob says, "What if I became your co-host to bring fresh energy?" I appreciate it, Rob, but at this point, I don't know. I'm just out. Versus Thunderbolts was boring. All those superheroes that barely superheroed and beat the bag out with a hug. I was waiting for someone to say, "I love you, man," and pull out beer. You know what? I think it worked with what's his name, Pullman, the son of what's his name, Bill. Was it Bill Pullman? I want to say Bill Pullman. Yeah, I think it's Bill Pullman. I want to say, but yeah, I keep forgetting like all these other like some of these actors have kids that are now like adults. So it's wild. But yeah, his son did I think did a great job. Now, if what's his name from The Walking Dead was in it, I don't know if it would have had the same feel and same flavor to it. But I think this was a good casting. Oh, where can you? I got this from Fan Expo Philly. So this is one of the few shirts I did grab from there, which was awesome. I had to grab this. Like it looked so amazing. I have to get on that, Johnny. I have to get on that new Gundam series. I heard it's really good. I know Shard's in it, so that is one I definitely have to look at and see. I just really haven't like I don't when I sit down it's like it's time like I don't really want to watch a show. It's just more than me just like hey I can watch a quick movie and then by the time that movie's done and go to bed I don't have to wait like I gotta wait till tomorrow to watch it. I'm about to announce my new favorite hot toy. No, that's not gonna happen. Yeah, AOA Wolverine looks good, but it's me, Richard. But yeah, it's not for me. That's my mm, not my deal. Bart said the only thing I liked in Thunderbolts was Red Guardian. He was funny. I said, yeah, Red Guardian was hilarious. I think it was weird that they called themselves the New Avengers at the end. I didn't really like that, and it was like, oh yeah, Sam is copywriting it. It's going to probably take some work. I'm like, no, no. I'm just like, nah. You just could have just left the Thunderbolts and just called it that, and left it as it was. Like, you didn't really need to call them New Avengers. Like, I don't know. To me, it was just a little bit over the top with that. I'm trying to think. So some of the big stuff in the comics right now, the new Marvel Knights Black Panther series. If you haven't heard, the new Black Panther is white. So take that as you may. It is Christopher Priest writing the story, so a lot of people waiting to see how it goes. I just found out, and I was like, "Oh wow, they're really doing this!" Like, okay, we'll see how this heads out. But it's only the first issue, so like at this point, to see how it is, because Christopher Priest writes some good and wrote like one of the best Black Panther books out there. I understand, Joe, but just give it time. Oh, of the new one, Rob, or of the old ones of Christopher Priest that he did? Gwenpool is back. Yeah, I don't. It's stupid how they do it. I don't like how they did Gwen. It when I seen the announcement for the Gwen is coming back, and it was like, yeah, you can go ahead and have that. It says, in the end, they ignored all the people who died by the experience ordered by Valentine. Yeah, at this point, I don't know. I don't know what they were going to do with that. Oh, Rob, you have a new one? Okay, not bad. Really, Joe? Really? Look, it's like I said, it's Christopher Priest. You got to let him flow with it. Let him flow with it. Let him see where. Let's see where he goes with this. So, like I said, he's one of the best Black Panther stories. Like, yo, like I'm gonna let him roll with it and see what happens. Now, if it doesn't get any better, like by issue like 2 or 3, then we got some problems. Just as we have a black Captain America, now we have a white Black Panther. Yeah, I don't know what to say on that. Let's see. Let's see. Did I get anything new recently? I'm trying to remember what I even got new. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Oh, they get my Tony. My Tony the Tiger, got him in. Love this figure. Because he's great. but yeah, Damatonian, super awesome figure. I love him. Those abilities, accessories that come with them. Um, Today I just got in my 2 pack of X Force, X-23, and Warpath. I haven't opened that up yet. I thought I got something else. I don't know what else I got. There's something else I got. And I have no. I think I got I got my other Maximum Spider-Mans in too as well. So I did get those in. Like I said, I've been really cutting back on like what I've been ordering and collecting. So that was like, I want to say like the last of what I've gotten in. I ain't really, yeah, I really haven't gotten too much. Trying to come on, you can't equate those two. Black Cat was just decades ago. J Toys has been on fire. Just Big Bad Toy Store just hit me with Blanca and Sagat, so I got to order those. Excuse me, I don't have to order them. I have to ship them out. Rob says I got my D13 biofigures in. Yeah, I heard everybody was like loving those. I'm happy for everybody. Didn't have IGs on the cross, but I did John the Baptist and two Centurions. That's awesome. Like I said, I love that everybody's loving those figures. D13 deserves it. Much love to him. But yeah, here's one of my Max Inspires. I moved the other ones off to this table, so I'm trying to set up for the shot. But yeah, like I still think this is a good Spider-Man. Still love it. Saw the new Samurai Predator on BBTS today. Wow, I'm ordering that. You know what? I was watching for. I came on here. I didn't finish watching it. It's the Killer of Killers, the new Predator movie. Started off pretty good. So I haven't finished it yet. But yeah, from what I'm seeing, I'm liking what they're doing with the Predator. Slowly building his brand back up to something good in, I want to say, animation form. It looks amazing. Let's see. So no G.I. Joe police in your future. Yeah, I'm gonna get the G.I. Joe police officers. Yeah, those you have. I have to already build those. What do I have to do to get you to snap me a Legion's Con exclusive? I don't know, because I don't know if I'm going to make a Legion's Con this year. That's the wild part about it. I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it. I know I'm going to New York Comic Con, but I don't know if I'm going to make it to Legion's Con. I'll let you know, but I don't know if, because usually I only go like Saturday. That's about it. I don't go Sunday, and I usually have a Detour grab me Sunday's exclusive because there's always a Cosmics on Sunday for some reason. Hey, what's going on, Disavow? How you doing? Let's see. Omega says not a fan of the X-23. She's built like a little people. You know what, Richard? I have not seen Prey. It's been on my list to watch, and I still haven't sit down and watched it. Grace says the Joe Police raincoat is going to be trash like Denver Street Poncho. You know what? It may be. It's going. You know, it's going to be plastic. It's not going to be anything. But you know what? You never know, because it is a Hasbro property, so they may actually go with like a real kind of felt poncho. I doubt it. It's just going to probably be 9 times 10 plastic, but yeah. I'm sorry, Joe. I'm going to tell you. Yeah, everything's fine, Twiggy. I just appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, everything is good. I just said that this year is going to probably be the last year for the show. That's it. That's it. Everything's good though. Prey is decent, especially if you watch it in the native language that feels more authentic. I might have to try this. I may give it a watch. Yeah, I guess it came in late, Richard. So yeah, I'm ending the show. This is it. This not today. I'm ending it, but it'll be sometime at the end of this year. It's definitely end. No comebacks. This is it. Done. Finito. I will try. So, and for those who haven't, I will definitely try. Um, I may once in a while put out some videos. It'll be more like interviews, like I did at Fan Expo if I when I go there. Um, like any other place that I go. So yeah, so definitely I would try to record more stuff for things like that. That's no problem. Yeah, that's always fun because those are fun to do. He's like, yeah, I'm like, here having fun, but I can also record and have to let everybody see like what's going on around there. This is about turn on the camera and show us. With that, yeah. Oh, Joe, you know I'm your officer. You ain't try to catch me at the next time. I'm gonna catch you first, like I did last time. I'm gonna get you, Joe. Going to get you. No, no, Dom, nah, done. This is it. Sheer is finito. Before I forget, I want to say, yo, Marvel has been having the best gaming years in a long time. Just announced Marvel's Token Fighters. Make sure I say it right. Token Fighters, yo, that looks so dope. I gotta get that. It's PlayStation and PC exclusive. Oh man, yo, that dude looks amazing. Even Star Lord looks like it looks crazy, like crazy to play. Like I can't wait till that game comes out. Like I'm super excited for that. That looks amazing. Plus, we get Cosmic Invasion this year. I think the summer that there is coming out, and they just showed off She-Hulk and Rocket Raccoon on there. So that looks so much fun. Like I can't wait to play both of those games. I don't know. I'm hoping that Insomniac's still doing Wolverine. We haven't heard too much about it, but I'm really hoping that they're still doing Wolverine because I would love to see that in action. We need a new Wolverine game. The last one we had was X2 when it came out years ago when it was still on Xbox. Was it Xbox 360? No, it's Xbox 360 when it came out. But yeah. Maybe do what HTC 788 did, retire from a regular show, but still do the audio video when you feel like it. Yeah, that's my plan. That's kind of the plan to do. That's really what I kind of want to do now. Quick thoughts on a little bit. Quick thoughts on Wolverine having single jointed elbows. It kind of works range. It kind of works good range still. I have no problem with the single joint elbows. Like I'm good with that. Like they're fine. They work for me. I don't think I want to switch them because that's Wolverine. That's if you play Marvel's Capcom 2, that's Wolverine. That's him crouched like this. Like I double joint elbows. You're not really with double joint. What's you gonna go more? You're not gonna. I get that range because the muscle being there in the way. So even if you did double jointed, I don't know. Like, is it gonna work? How much more range you gonna get out of it? Larry King Live going off air tonight, right here, off the air right there. Not going off air. Should say tonight. It'll be like I said, late this year, probably next year. If I ever meet you at a con, I'm gonna wear a special t-shirt. I don't know how to feel about that, Rob. So okay. Yeah, facts. Marvel game is crazy. Richard, yes, indeed. Dante said he's quitting, but we heard that before ducking and running. No, this is it, Bart. This is the last of it. This is the last of me. Just like it was the last of us. It's the last of me. Sucks that live is ending, but at least you're still going to be posting videos. So yeah, definitely that is still planned to post more videos. Hopefully I'll have a video of when I go to Legion, assuming not Legion, New York Comic Con. When I go to New York Comic Con. So have video, hopefully, of that posted. Let's see. Bert, come on, Dante retiring. It's like I think finish that Gunpla. Really happens. Actually, I finished all my Gunplas, Greg. I finished all my Gunplas. It's not a Gunpla I don't finish. Yeah, see, Don, you played on GameCube. That game was so much fun. Just like watching him heal. Like you actually seen Wolverine like healing up in the game, which was so amazing. Yeah, we're in a Marvel Renaissance. Yes, we are, John. Like I feel like Marvel's really like pushing their gaming, and it's lovely. Like what they're doing, especially doing it with Arc Systems, somebody who's done like Guilty Gear, Persona, those games, like they have experience in doing this. And it's a 4v4. So you get like 4 characters, like yo, and you know for sure this is going to be on a fighting circuit when it goes around, when it comes out. It's going to be hot. Because I forgot Arc Systems did Dragon Ball Z Fighters, and that game was amazing. I love that game to this day. That's to me, hands down, one of the best Dragon Ball Z fighter games. I don't care. Anybody can fight me on it. I don't care what they say. To me, that is one of the best out there. Shrine says X-Men Origins Wolverine was last game. That's what it was. X-Men Origins. I thought it was X2 for some reason. Thank you, Stride. Now, Rob says double elbows fail on Wolverine because of his biceps. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like when you look at it, like where the bicep is, like you with double jointed, it's not it's different if who do I have here that I can so like with Spider-Man, double joint is different, like where he can get that double joint. Wolverine's not, because if you try double joint, like it's not the joint's going to hit the bicep anyway. So it's not going to work. I'm going to start a Warhammer. You know what? I like Warhammer, but I have like maybe 2 figures for Warhammer. That's really about it. Let's see. They can have swivel bare forearms for Wolverine with those single joint elbow. Yeah, but I mean, do you really want to swap it out though? That's the thing. Like, if you make it like that, then you know somebody's gonna find a reason to complain about that. Yeah, oh, I gotta swap it out. Why do I have to do that? All right, so Richard, in that point case, I appreciate it. I would love to do figure reviews, but I suck at figure reviews. I have a hard time articulating the words that I want to say for a figure review. And by the time I get a figure, there's like 50,000 reviews out of it already. And it's just like, what's the point of putting this review out? So I appreciate it, but that's probably something that's not in my wheelhouse unless I get something like early. I'm like, all right, well, maybe people want to see this. And then I'll post it out. Other than that, I'm 9 times 10 probably not. Let's see. Yeah, X-Men Origins was definitely awesome. Yeah, so maybe I'm talking about the I was talking about the 4v4 Marvel game. Yes. Marvel Token 2. Is it Toucan? Trying to think how I would say the word. But yeah, the fighting game. Yes. Pac, you will never see any DC multiverse figures on my shelf, sir, except for one, and that's the Swamp Thing. The Swamp Thing was a great looking figure, and that was really like the only one I was put out that was look decent. That's why I have it. And he's the right size for a Swamp Thing. Which says Dwight designed the bicep muscle to have good range by the way it's curved. Yeah. Like I said, it looks just like it would in the game. I wouldn't expect any less. I don't know anything about Warhammer, but I have a bunch of the stuff because the sculpts are cool and fun to paint. The figures are great. Like Joy Toy makes some great Warhammer stuff. Like I love the figures that they put out. but it's just so much at one time. You just like you get kind of tired, and you're like, oh man, I can't keep up. It's almost like when Bandai Namco puts out, when Bandai puts out all the Dragon Ball, it's the SH figures, sorry, not Bandai. SH figures puts all those Dragon Ball Z figures out, and it's like, oh man, like I gotta get all these, and then there's so much to get. Starting to build army build Leo suits for his gun plush up? No, definitely not. Yeah, see, everybody says like figure reviews are easy, but it's not. It's like you have to sit there and really like people like, oh, what about this and this? Like you guys kind of sit there and think about like, what do you want to talk about? What's the main talking points of this figure? It's always going to be articulation, accessories, sculpt, and like I guess I'll say fun factor. How much fun do you think you're going to get out of it? And I would keep it real. Like I do keep it real. Like I said, great figure, $50. Ugh. No, but I am a Spider-Man head. And stupid me bought more for $50. But this figure comes with a ton of accessories that you just can't deny. It is what it is. Just like I think this is one of the best caps out there until I see the Marvel's Capcom cap comes out. This to me, the Mafex one, hands down, I still love this one. It may have that like kind of like World War II era kind of look, old school, early, I want to say like 90s cap kind of look. But yeah, I still enjoy it. I love it. It's a great figure. So there's those. Yeah, so many, yeah. Let's see. What's going on, Happy? How you doing? CT Toys. So look. CT Toys does put out some figures. I've seen people who are happy with them. I've seen people who are not happy with them. There's some break, some just like almost fall apart out of the box. I did buy one off of somebody. It was an Agent Venom. I haven't really had any issues with it, and it's a CT toy. But would I buy them? Probably not. It really depends if it's a figure that I think they do well. But since it's like basically the same kind of figure that either Mafex is doing or Yamaguchi's doing, it's like, why don't I just pay the regular price for the figure that's actually being made than for somebody who's actually sitting here bootlegging the figure, where then there's going to be another person who bootlegs the figure off of them. It's just, you kind of have to like, I understand people saying like, oh, it's cheaper. That's the thing. People say, oh, it's cheaper. Just because it's cheaper doesn't make it better. Just because somebody made it a little bit cheaper, like, hey, I got the same thing here, but it's a little bit cheaper than what the big companies over here charging you. Doesn't mean it's better. No. Sometimes you get good. Sometimes you'll get bad. But there's always that. You don't know what you're going to get because the quality is always going to be inconsistent. It's not the same quality you're getting over and over again. Now, Legends, yes, paint apps, I unfortunately have been gracefully, I haven't had issues with paint apps. I did have one Iron Man where the foot was so stiff, I moved it, it snapped right off. So that was the only breakage I had for Legends. Trying to think. Mafex in his early days, I had the Dark Knight. I think it was the Dark Knight Batman. Was it? It was a Christopher Nolan Batman. Arm falls off instantly. Just falls off. And that was notorious with that figure. It falls off. So I was really hesitant with Mafex. Going back to them. Slowly I kind of built with them. And they got better. They really did. I think they stepped their game up from where they were before to now. Mezco, another company, bought what was it? Judge Dredd when it first dropped. The original Judge Dredd when it first came out. Now it's like on his suit, you can see where it's starting to peel at. But now, if you get a new one, it doesn't really do that too much. So there are places where, you know, the original company has issues and you're kind of hesitant. But then once you see like, okay, now their quality is getting a little bit better, not everything's going to pass super quality. Just to say, manufacturing issues happen. I work in IT. We get computers from a company. Once we get those computers in, hey, there's always something to issue like, hey, this is not working. But it's like very far in between. Now, when it comes to repairing, that's a whole different thing. I won't get into that. But when you're buying something brand new, you can't. I understand you have complaints. You're like, well, I'm paying all this money out for this. I understand. If you want to return it, that's cool. But don't think that anything that you bought is not have like some manufacturer defect. It got a defect that you don't see until months later that kicks in. And he's like, what happened? It was a defect all along. It was inside. Something that was motor could have been brand new, but has a short in it. You would never know because you kept using it months and months and months. And then it's just like, cops out. So, but kind of getting back to CG Toys, I don't buy a bunch of them. That's just me. I'm sure people who like it want a cheaper version of the figures that Mafex makes. That's on them. If they want to buy it, great. If you're happy with it, awesome. But you can't be upset like when you take the figure out of the box, you start moving around and an arm falls off or a leg falls off. I mean, it's secondhand quality. Greg says, Packos, I bet Dante picks up some of the new Mattel DC when they finally come out. Yes, I will. If they're 6-inch, the Mattel DC figures, I will get. I'll be happy to pick those up. Thank you. Thanks, Pat. Yeah, this is the road to the end of the show, to the end of everything. No more Friday nights. No more IE boogies, as Dom like to say. But definitely. Let's go on, Class Customs. How you doing? You know what? That is true, Happy. With a review, you could probably do like a history of lore with a figure. So yeah, or that character that you may be doing. So yeah, definitely that is a possibility with it. Greg says, Dante, if you were able to army build one of the suits from any of the Gundam series, which one would you pick? Oh man, you know what? I kind of already do. It's the RX-9. RX suit. No, whatever. 90 RX-98, yes. So I already kind of do that one. I have the metal build version of it. I have the regular smaller version of it. Because I'm looking at the metal build right now that I have there. And I want to get the bigger version. So yeah, I think it's the perfect grade version I want to get now. So yeah, those are like, that's the one. Now, since I really watch figure reviews, how much new information can you give on a figure that hasn't already been said? And see, that's the other thing too. Like when you say that, like when you watch a review, like how much are you really getting? Like, because somebody else has like 10, like there's 10 other reviewers of that same figure. Now, the ones I do trust, I'm good friends with, and I do trust their opinions. It's The Amazing, Just Jay. Unparalleled does a good job. There's other ones. just drawing a blank right now, and I do apologize if I watch it. I do apologize. I'm just drawing a super blank. But yeah, they put it through its motions. I'm cool with that. That's fine. Those guys are doing better than I am doing at reviewing any time of the week. So it's tough because you better make sure you hit the points that you want to hit. But then always people have a lot of questions, like, and they do satisfy most of the questions that get asked regularly from reviewers. So versus Max Spider is not worth 50. It's the best Marvel Legend in my collection. Second anniversary is one. Second is anniversary one. Yeah, I agree with you. Like $50 was a little bit asking much, but for those who knew, and I did say it was going to probably hit $40 or $50 for this figure, I already knew what I was getting into. I kind of had the feeling of it's going to be a $50 figure. So, what's going on, Eddie? How you doing? Pat, come on. Mattel says DC at 7-inch. They were not like the old Mattel collectors. Yes, if Mattel hits that 7-inch scale again, like Todd does, they're done. It's not going to sell. Unless they do characters that Todd has not done. With their original DC universe, they reach to the bottom of the barrel of characters like C, D, E, F list. And we got some good figures from it. Even, look, I loved it. I know some people didn't like it, but when they did the subscription service, we did get more figures. We got extra lanterns. We got most of the teams. Some of the teams were built out at that point. Like they were finished at that point with those figures. So definitely, yeah, they do 7-inch. Yeah, I don't know how well it was sell. Yep, my CT Toys brown suit Wolverine was great, but my black suit Spider-Man fell apart. And see, that's the thing. Like with you don't know what you're getting with a third party figure. At this point, it almost like feels like fourth. You would think it's third party. It's third party, but it almost feels like a fourth or fifth party at this point with it. The time they're gonna lose his coffee hook sponsor if he leaves, and so now he has to stay. No, the sponsors will still be there. Like I said, the streams are just going to end. That's it. The Friday streams are just going to be done. Yep, down cheaper for a reason. Exactly. Let me see. Richard says Marvel Legends has minor issues, nothing as bad as bootlegs. True. Dad, Johnny, come on, man. You just come in here just like I came in there and start shooting like pow, pow, pow. Really? Let's cut the coke KOs or for the board. Damn. You know what? I don't think it's for the poor. Okay, so I'll phrase it like this. I don't think it's for the poor. I think it's for the people who either badmouth like the regular figure and just like, oh, I can get this cheaper. Look at me, I got it now. Ha ha ha. Or it's just like people is like, yeah, do I really want to spend that money? No, here's a knockoff. It's just as good as yours. But when it falls apart in your hand, you're like, I don't know. Yes, there you go, Don. Those early Moppex were horrible. I swore off them for so long. Great redemption art for them. Yes. Yes, indeed. Man, we Sports says, hey, man, was lurking. You're letting the channel go. Sorry to hear, man, but sure, we'll still see you around next show. Yeah, I'll still be around. Yes. But yes, I am done doing live streams at the probably, like I said, December, January. So that's it. It's going to be done. But yeah, I'll definitely be around. Twins aren't Sigma 6 certified. No, they're not. Rob says Dusty and Zarana fell apart out of the box for classified. Yeah, I mean, it'll happen. It happens. I'm not saying it's not going to happen. It happens. Sometimes you got that ticket. You like, yo, let's go. I got that figure. I'm happy with it. And then sometimes there's that one person like, yo, tired of this company, done with them. And then they start bad mouthing everything, and it's like, really, really, is it really worth the time to do that? Venom, before it said Venom looks cool from Messi. Invincible, I have to get until Jada does it better. Spider Flame Toys looks fun. Okay, so I was going to get that Flame Toy Spider, but man, when I seen on Big Bad Toy Story how much they were charging for it, I was like, I cannot, in good faith, buy that. They were charging $214 for that. No, I can't. I can't. I will see how much Hobby in Japan has it for before I put out $200 for that. Like, there's no way. There's no way that figure should be $200. I understand Flame Toys. None of G.I. Joe figures were $200. None of the Transformer figures that I built from Flame Toys are $200. How is that $200? Unless it's a tall figure, there's no way it should be $200. Don says most companies strive to keep defects at 6% or less. 94% success is basically considered perfect. Yeah, and I can believe it. Like I can believe like if it's probably 94, 95%, you don't have no defects, you call it success. You with 6% out of it at 95, or assume you have that 94. Should I say percentage out at 94 or 95? Happy said I tried a fourth-party Medcom to see the difference, and they couldn't hold account to the OG. Yeah, see, it's there's things that you feel like like okay, let me see how this company did it, see if they did a little bit better. And you like, not so much neat, because you always like see there's little things that throw it off, and you're just like, nah, this ain't it. And it irks you too. Like, and I understand, like, with certain paint scratches, like on Legends figure, like somebody sees that, like, is it noticeable? If it's like in the back and you're gonna have in your collection, stand up, no, okay, cool. If you're taking a shot with it and it's noticeable, then I can understand. Like, you're like, nah, I gotta go ahead and get something else. Especially with cloth good figures, I notice more sometimes. I feel like the clothing on those figures are not like the best, so it's tough. It's a tough sell. Man Beach Boy says you might have been my first toy pod or ACBA back when there were only 2 for me. Had to wait a week. Thank you, I appreciate that. Yeah, like I said, before me you had ACBA, you had Toy Migos. They were both before me. Let's see. Have said sorry to the I go, but I understand and support your decision. Of course, thank you for the great makers. Oh, you're welcome. Thank you all. Thank you all for coming. I don't mean like I wasn't trying to be dramatic with this, but I appreciate you all supporting channels, come and hang out, supporting the videos I put up. And just come to have fun. Like, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to bring the fun to you, because there are people who are overseas. There are people here in the States. Sometimes everybody doesn't have the money to go to certain shows to see certain things. That's why I try to bring them here for you to get your questions answered, so you can see them and get that one-on-one chance to talk. Because here, like, basically, it's almost like having a one-on-one chat with them. Because you hear some good stories. They actually have time to talk and answer your questions, and you get to pick their brain too. So that's why I did it. Roxas Arm Build, the Manacon core suits from Gundam Wing. I'm not gonna lie to you. I look at some of the suits and I like it. If I like the suit and it looks like it's a fun build, I'll pick it up. I've not watched like all the Gundams at all. Like, the last one I watched was Gundam. Like, the first one I watched was Gundam Wing. Then I watched the original Gundam series, and that was really about. I can't remember. I think I may have watched another Gundam I think I've seen all the Gundam Wing movies. There's some other ones that I've probably seen. I can't remember off the top of my head. John says, I only watch reviews for a new product. If it's another repainted Marvel Legend, I don't need to see that content. Yeah, that makes sense. Nothing wrong with that. Rob says, I've seen very few figure reviewers go into the history. You know what? That may be something I may do. So y'all, I appreciate y'all giving me ideas for that. That's something I may do in the future if I do a review. I don't know. I'll think about it. I really have to think about it. And like I said, it has to be a figure that I actually want to sit down like, oh yeah, like I'm really feeling this figure. Like I'll say, for example, where's he at? If I can move him at, nope, he is not going to move that. So I have to move these guys. So like this third party figure of a barbarian. This is dope. I would love to do a review of this. I like this figure. It's something new, it's something different. It's not your run of the mill figure. I know he comes with a second head sculpt and two sets of hands and two weapons. But the only thing about this figure too is it has some loose joints on it. Like this is loose. But I can overlook that because he's sitting on the shelf. I'm trying to figure out. I have him with my Mythic Legions right now, so I like it. But see, like a figure like that, there's no history. I don't know what history to go with it. Beach says the price of admission was what's tough about it, definitely a keeper and the best. My only nitpick are the legs. I say for some reason I wish they were smaller / skinnier. I forget what that's even about. Oh man. Sorry, I don't even remember what that's about. Mattel is going to have 7-inch figures or just below. I don't know why people are excited about Mattel. The reason why I'm excited about Mattel having the figures, DC back, is because I feel like DC Universe was one of the best figure lines that came out. Now, DC Direct did some great ones, like from the comic books that were amazing, and I love DC Direct. Love how they were doing figures in their sculpt. I feel like Todd McFarlane does a lot of just Batman, Superman, and you maybe once in a while get an ancillary side character. Like you don't get like a lot of like Phantom Stranger or I'm trying to think of any who else. Like I would say Mattel did. You really can't see it. You kind of see it here. The Watchmen series. I still have them all in the box. Great figures. I'm trying to think of like Mattel did a lot of the lanterns. Went deep into the lantern core for the blue, green, red. Like they did a lot of those. So I mean, and as Dom says here, they did Apache Chief. They did a lot of the big figures. Like their Metallo is great. Their Metallo was hands down amazing. Darkseid was a little lacking. Doomsday was not too bad. I'm trying to think of who else. Gorilla Grodd was not that bad either. Can't think of anybody else. Solomon Grundy was a little lacking, but it was it was decent. So yeah. Pat says, I don't know, man. If they make DC figures like they make WWE Ultimates, then folks are gonna cop it. Regardless of scale. Yeah, WWE is a weird size. Yeah, I get that. But I think if they're done well enough and you can't really tell if they're 7-inch figures, then they may go. maybe so said they might do 7. I could see them selling well, but yeah, one can dream. A nice uniform 6-inch for Marvel. I think they would go with 6-inch just to try to get on that Hasbro Marvel level. Richard says AliExpress is more of a FOMO thing, in my opinion. Yes, but no, I mean, I said yes and no. It's sometimes you can get something early, super early on there. Sometimes you get something super cheap on there. There's a Devastator like they had on there. I don't even know like what size it is, but it looks beautiful. But it was like, what size is it? Is it really like that good? Happy says, got to get back to work. Thank you again for all you do. Done and keep in touch. Thanks for the inspiration. Oh, you're welcome, Happy. Have a good one. Try you. You're not one of the poor. So. Look, like I said, it's you're one of the people on the outside, right? Like you're one of the people that are not those fit into those like two bubbles. I said just because it's weird for people to say, like, well, I'm not paying that much for that figure. I'm gonna get this knockoff and be happy with it. And then when it falls apart, they get upset. So now, if you do it just because you legitimately want it, like, okay, cool. More power to you. I'm not gonna knock you for it. But if you're bad mouthing, like at the same time you're buying the other figure, like it doesn't make any sense. Hasbro's still the best in my opinion. Yep, Legends and Joe's. I mean, they're going to do Joe's the best as possible because that's their own property. Legends, it continuously sells. Hey, what's going on, man? How you doing? What's 200 Spider? Yes, it's Flame Toy Spider. Yeah. Yeah, it's 200. Lord. First, this is my Friday night fun. Guess I'll go back to drinking. See what you did, Dante. It's on you now. No, you don't have to go back to drinking. You can watch the old episodes. There you go. Give me more ideas. That's all I need. Oh man. Glenn Webb used to be awesome with history videos. Yes. Yeah, I miss Glenn so much. I would watch his video. No matter what he was reviewing, he made it so entertaining to watch. Like, he was amazing. Like, he did a great job of making any video he did, like, you just want to watch it. No matter if you weren't interested in it, you wanted to watch it. No ifs, ands, buts. You weren't giving no grief in there. It was like, yo, this is awesome. Appreciate the work. Yes, I do remember that episode. Yes, thank you, Richard. I got it off of 5K Toys, and that's usually where I go for like my oddball third-party figures. Because I seem to think they do a lot better. Like they feel like they're like more. I don't know what's the word to put it. Like I feel like they're made with a little bit more quality and love in them. Glenn Webb's action figure evolution is hands down the best original content. He was ahead of his time in the Trailblazers content. You are so right with that. Yes, DC's Red Hood was great. Mattel is for suckers. Yeah, see, you would. DC from Mattel. I think everybody would be on that bandwagon. Pat says, y'all gotta let the DC UC nostalgia blinders go. It's like saying Toy Biz Legends were better because of the price you got. Well, yeah, but objectively, those figures are dated compared to now. Look, I'm not saying articulation is great on DC UC figures, but the line was deep. You cannot deny that. Look how deep that line is. Comparing it to what you have now from Todd McFarlane. How many figures that in DCUC that came out from Mattel that you can say that you actually have the same opposite 1-for-1 in Todd McFarlane's figure line? Not many, because half of them will be Batman. Now, Mattel did do a couple Batmans, but not on the scale of like how Todd did many Batmans. Todd's done almost every Batman. I'm probably sure he's not even done doing Batman. Then he turns around and jokerizes these figures, thinking like, "Hey, this is what people want," and then shipment gets stolen so people don't get their figures. And then does a Kickstarter for Spawn when you have money to just go ahead and put it out there. Why don't you put it on your own website? Just like everybody gets mad, like, well, how don't Hasbro just put it on, just on Hasbro Post and just make it just Hasbro exclusive? Why didn't Todd make Spawn on his McFarlane website? That is true. Pat, you were so, that is very true. They did not do Captain Carrot or Static Shock. That is very true. That may have been on the, we don't know if that was on the next sub. Because remember, after a while, they did subscription for it. So if that was on the next sub, you wouldn't be able to say that. But that's just two. There's two random characters. McFarlane Bane was great, even though he had 5 points of articulation. So I messed with that McFarlane Bane Build-A-Figure. That thing fell apart in my hand. Like after I just moved it like arm, I was like, ew, this is ridiculous. Like it was falling apart when I was moving joints on it. No. I was upset at collectors complaining and clowning us who bought Max Body, but those are the same guys who spent 40 on a loadout and on a gridiron shaking my head. Nah, I have nothing bad to say about gridiron. I like gridiron. They're good people, but the people who were upset about Max Spidey, but then bought it, then reviewed it, and then they're like, well, I just bought it to see how, see how it is. Those are the ones who should really be like, I had to eat my words on this one. Yes, most of us agree, a lot of us agree, that maybe it shouldn't have been a $50 figure. Okay, cool. At least we agree on that. But nobody should be clowning anybody because they bought a figure. If that's what you want to do with your money, that's your money. You do with it what you want to do with it. I'm here to, I can only tell you like what it feels like in my hands, in my opinion, if I have the figure. And then I think a lot of it comes with, we do this a lot too with like movie trailers, but we also do it like when we see new figures announced that maybe prototypes or a concept or a mock-up. We generally criticize it off of that one thing. Sometimes I do it too. No lie. I do, especially with movies. Not so much figures, but more movies. But we do it as a society. We do generalize it. It's like once the first short trailer comes out, like, no, this is trash. This is garbage. That's the first thing. And then another trailer comes out, and then a movie finally comes out. They're like, "Oh man, that was a good movie." It was pretty decent. But you were saying that this movie was trash, and like, this is a bad actor for this. This didn't look good. This didn't. It's just a trailer they chopped up. Like I think the next two movies I'll probably go see in the theater, legit, is Fantastic Four and Superman. Superman, I'm excited for. I know it's done by James Gunn. He did a great job with Guardians, getting that off, except for Guardians 2. I still don't like that one. But yeah, like I feel like he's going to do a good job. Superman. It feels like everybody who's talked about it feels like it's more of a grounded Superman. It's Superman that people know. It's basically like almost from the comics, which is great. That's what I want to hear. That's what I love. Fantastic Four. You already hear, like, I don't know, like people are saying like, oh, touchscreening didn't go good. They ain't like this and this. I don't go by that. You have all that. I don't listen to no critics. Except for, the only person I will go to for a movie review is Jeremy Johns. You can check him out on YouTube. He does great reviews for movies. I think he's very honest with his reviews, and he's very telling with it. He explains it very well. But I think we do the same thing with figures too. Like, oh, this doesn't look like it's this, and this. And you know what? I'm guilty of it too. I've done it when I'm done looking at when Hasbro announces when the Legends team announces a new film. Like, does this been here? Star Wars team. Does this look like it moves? I don't know. This doesn't look like it's like a one pin. I don't know. But then you get in the hand, like, this is a good figure. I love this figure right here. This figure brings me joy. Now, as much as I gave crap to Star Wars team, I was happy they finally came out with Star Killer. I bought both of the Star Killers. I didn't care because I like Star Killer that much. I can't complain about something, and when it finally comes out and I pick it up and get it. Just like they're finally come out with Dash Rendar. Finally, we're getting a Dash Rendar. I'm getting that figure. Hands down, I'm getting that figure because I want a Dash Rendar in my collection. Yeah, so let's see. Pat, you were on. We'll have to do that sometime this year. We'll have to get in sometime this year. No, says McFarlane spread DC too thin by doing too much multiverse stuff and not enough main universe stuff, which is true, very true. Because how many Wonder Womans did come out that has he done? Was it like 2? So I don't know. So it's a lot going on there. That's what I'm saying. It's a lot to question with Todd McFarlane's, and I'm hoping that Mattel's going to quench the thirst of the DC collectors who really want a actual DC line, a good DC line with figures from different. Now, even if you do the updated ones, like if you did the Absolute Batman, Absolute Superman, Absolute Wonder Woman, like as one-offs, like hey, here's in this way we put an Absolute Batman, next week put Absolute Superman, whatever. I'm good with that, but you still have your main core characters in there. You do them in, maybe mix it up. Like do their suits and do them in the original DC suits, do them in the new DC suits. You can mix it up. Maximum Hawk isn't worth 50 and I can't lie. Jay Hernandez review sold it for me. Assuming 60. Yeah. So yeah, like I said, that's my boy Jay. My Maximum Hawk will be here tomorrow, so I will see. But I do go with him. There's some things that he likes. There's some things that I don't like. Like he doesn't like this Spider-Man, but I love this Spider-Man. This is second. This one is second to this Max Spidey. So I do love this Spider-Man. He does not. He doesn't love the body on it. But we're still good friends. Like you don't like what you like. Like I could be mad at Pat that he buys DC multiverse figures from Todd McFarlane, but I don't. I enjoy Pat. He's a good guy. Brian says best surprise movie of the year is Sinners. Look at that. It was a good movie. It was a different take on vampires. I would say that. But other than that, I'm good. And I'm sure that'll be controversial. So somebody will come at me about that. Like, how did you not like Sinners and this? Robert says, I will knock a person who has the pride in the fact that they own Cornstar's action figures of Jenna Jameson. Oh, I remember those. Yeah, when they came out. Yeah, that's good because they were just statues. I remember those figures. They were just number statues. Oh, T-Rex fell over. The FF movie is going to suck, but I'll still go and see it. But I don't know. People weren't high on Thunderbolts until they went and see it, and they were like, "Yo, it's a great movie," but it's still one of the lower. It's one of those grossing movies. You gonna bribe me to stay on? Really, Johnny? Look, Johnny, I need you back on Monster Hunter. That's what I need you to do. You need to get back on Monster Hunter so we can hunt some monsters. Because I'm trying to get my Kuma skin, Johnny. Trying to get my Kuma skin. I hope you get yours. Yeah, we can help each other get our Kuma skins. Let's just say Kuma armor. It's armor, actually. Let's just say. but we need like 25 tickets. Anyway, Richard says, I think McFarlane would do Absolute Batman with his DKR buck. Probably. 9 out of 10, probably. Are you going to follow Kate Bash customs with how you mod your Maxi Hulk? I see a little bit of his mod. I didn't see the whole thing. I think it caught like bits and pieces like on YouTube Shorts and like Instagram. I didn't see like the full finished product, so I'll have to check it out and see. Don said, I remember you saying this, Don. He said, I got Max Hulk last weekend. It's better in person. I think the best Hulk they made, but it's not a huge step up from the Hulks. Any of them are pretty good. Yeah, which is true. So the funny thing about it, when I was thinking about this Maximum Hulk, I was like, how many Hulks do I have? And even count Amadeus Cho Hulk, there's 3 up here. Have the Immortal Hulk, which is 4 from Marvel Select. Then I have every Hulk that they put out recently since then. So that includes the 20th anniversary Hulk, the SDCC Hulk, the regular Gray Hulk. Well, they had 2 Gray Hulks. So I'm talking about I have both Gray Hulks. And then there was another Hulk. I can't remember which one it was. So yeah, I hands down have every Hulk. So I can actually do a review for that. But hey, here's all your Hulks. Here's how they compare. So that one, I actually thought about doing a review because I think that would actually be fun to look at all the Hulks and see what they look like compared to that one. And even seeing some of the head. Now, it's not going to be the same color head sculpts, I think, on one of them. I can't remember which one I have up here. I think it's the 20th anniversary. No, this is the 20th anniversary one. This is. Well, there was also the 2-pack. There was a 2-pack Hulk. I think that's what it is. The 2-pack Hulk. The one with Wolverine, the first appearance of Wolverine and Hulk. So there's that Hulk as well, too. So, like, every Hulk that's recently came out by Hasbro, I have. Let's see. How about Spider-Man is filming it? No, we're not doing that. Nope. Rob, we're not doing that. Down, I forgot who did it, but I recently saw a great use of Maxi Hulk's missiles, Kitty Pryde, Ground Colossus, and the missile split. That was Century Productions. He did that. That was a great shot. That was amazing. For all those photons out there, if you have the Dragonfly, think about this. Hulk jumping on Dragonfly. Remember the old the Incredible Hulk game on PS2 and Xbox, where he would jump on the helicopter. You could do that. I'm giving y'all gold here. This is gold for you photographers. Gold. If you have the Dragonfly, have it sitting on there and ripping the top off. Yo, come on. Or he's grabbing missiles like from it being shot. Like, yo, and it has the missiles on there too. So you can do that. Come on, man. I'm giving you, this is gold right here. If I don't do it, somebody else needs to do it. Because I'm giving you the gold. I'm giving you the instructions on how to do it and what you could do. I'm not a huge fan of FF. I'm not a huge FF fan. The movie just looks boring. The trailer should be wowing me. The Big G is in it, and all I see is a foot. Well, they're not going to give you Galactus all together, which I appreciate that. Give me Silver Surfer, cool. That's fine. No problem. But I don't give away the whole store. And you might just, and then at that point, you might just go ahead and show me the whole movie for free on TV at that point. Greg says, Bart, I actually know Ben Grimm's actor when he was in high school. Wow, that's awesome, Greg. That is some wildness right there. You should hit him up like, hey, buddy, remember we went to high school together? Let's check that out. Let's see. Bart says, Greg, nothing against the actors, just the plot. I don't think I would like. We gotta give it some time. Just go see it, admit, and you know it, and may change your mind. Like I like the Fantastic Four. I'm not a huge fan of Fantastic Four. I do like them, but yeah, I'll give some time. Hulk should have been marketed as just clappy action. Just have a little button where you're just like, "Rah, rah, rah," like that. And that's all. Oh no, I get it, man. Was it Pennyworth? Pennyworth, you know, I was just saying, I knew at one point. Brian Maxi Hulk should become with the clap on. No, don't do that. I know. Let's see. Rich says I never liked FF in general, and the female Silver Surfer basically ruined it for me. I've seen a lot of people say that, and there was a female Silver Surfer in the comics at one point. It was a short point, but it has happened. So I think if you're going by comics, you can always say it's alternate universe too. It is, and technically is alternate universe. Like you have to, I guess you have to look at it that way. It's like this is not like the 616 universe where what we know these stories and they play out in a different way when they're in the movies. So I forget what universe what the movie universe is, what number that is. But as we've seen in the Multiverse of Madness, there are multiple universes. As we've seen with Spider-Man Far From Home. No Way Home, sorry. No Way Home. Yeah, No Way Home. There's the other two Spider-Mans that we've seen. So you kind of got to play it out like, okay, it's not going to be the Fantastic Four and Silver Surfer. I know there might be subtle changes, and that's fine. Let the movie play out. Just see how it goes. If you still don't like it and you feel like it's still like a misstep, that's fine. But just give it a chance. Now, if Sony was making this, I'd be like, nah, stay far away from it as you can. Because Sony's going to mess it up anyway. They messed up Craven. They messed up Matt. I don't know why they made Matt Webb. Venom was just, from what I heard, the last one was just trash. I haven't even watched the last one. I never even seen Matt Webb. Only ones I've seen is Morbius in the first two Venom movies and Craven. And Craven was trash. Trash. Anyone seen Warframe? I know Johnny Storm and Adam Warlock actors in it. I have not seen that. When you said Warframe, I'm thinking of the game Warframe. So that's what I was thinking of, like in my head. Like that's what I was thinking of. Wow, Johnny, really? So you're just gonna go? You just uninstalled the game, really? Okay, all right, Johnny. I see how you treat your friends, man. Don't even play Marvel Rivals. Well, I shouldn't say that because I barely play Marvel Rivals as it is now. Venom was horrible, all three. The first one was decent. The second one, I thought, look, I thought he was going to play Cletus Cassidy a little bit better, but I was wrong in that, and it was just, oh my goodness, atrocious. It was truly atrocious. That's why I didn't waste my time to even see 3. Let's see. Shit, I just pulled up before I get on here. Venom, no Spider-Man universe killed. No Spider-Man universe killed Venom for me. Well, you know what? It was weird because they were supposed to have like Venom was supposed to have an interaction with Spider-Man in the movie, but I forget like what killed it, like what happened with it. And I think, but and I'll say this: Sony needs to let it go. Cut your losses, give it back to Marvel, let them do what they want to do. It makes no sense that they keep making these movies and they're thinking that they're making gold with it, and they're not. Let it go back to Marvel. Make your own kind of movies or whatever it is that you're doing over there. But you got to let this one. You got to take the L on it. Just take the L on it. Take the loss on it for what it is. Warner Brothers doesn't even know what they're doing half the time. That's why they gave James Gunn a DC universe. Like, go ahead and do what you want to do, and you have fun. They don't know. They called it HBO Max. They went to Max and they went back to HBO Max. You tell me what's going on with that. Idiocity. Yeah, yes, I'm gonna use that word, idiocity. It's just stupid people high up over there. They don't know what they're doing at all. Nothing. Not even remotely close to. I can guarantee you, any of us could do a better run at Warner Brothers than the people who are actually there. Question: when you get a PS5 for the first time, what single player games do you get? I'm gonna say Spider-Man Remastered and Spider-Man 2 are good single player games. I'm trying to think. There's the game Battle Chasers. That was a good game. That is a RPG game, so that plays kind of like Final Fantasy, like turn based. So let me see. I gotta check my list because I forget what single player games I may have already. There's a game called Curse of the Gods, which is pretty good. If you ever played Hades on a Switch or on PlayStation, it plays like that. Marvel's Capcom Fighting Collection is really good. Seafood is really good. That's a good one. Dragon's Dogma is it's really a single player game, but you can you can have like online people's companions from online join you, and they're just computer. They're not person operated. But that was really good. Dead Cells. I'm trying to think. Dead Rising. Excuse me, Dead Space. And Dead Rising is really good too. Cyberpunk. Both the Jedi games. Fallen Order and Survivor. I think of what else? Oh, Spider-Man Miles Morales. That one's pretty good as well. So there's a lot. They're not going to be able to do that, Rob. There's just no way. They don't make good movies. That's the problem. They don't make good movies. All right, let's go to some toy news real quick. All right, I'm sure y'all want to. I'm sure most of y'all are excited about this. But it's the Age of Apocalypse Deadpool Wolverine Hot Toys figure. It's going for pre-order. It's priced at $375. Always hot toy pricing. But let's see what it comes with. Looks like 2 head sculpts, 2 different hands, and then 1, 2, 5 different hands. Well, excuse me, I should say 2 different metal arms pieces, and then 5 different hands. It's the hair that makes them pricey. I wouldn't be surprised. Oh, it's wool hair implant. Wool hair. Wow. Yeah, maybe that. I mean, all hot toys are pretty much up there in price too. But wool hair, that's first. Is that really what's making them pricey? Is that wool hair? Is he a sheep? Is wool? This one I was super excited about, but I'm still waiting for him to come out and announce my boy Akuma. going for pre-order because I would need him. No, I'm not getting any of those. I'll have one Hot Toys figure, and that's Spider-Man, and that's it. Until there's a character that they come out with that I really, really need, that's it. Oh, the Real Hair is a signature edition. Dad, go on, I know what I'm saying stuff. But I'm excited for this Vega. Man, two different claws, two different hands, two different head, well with the mask, and then the one with the head with the mask, and then but he's unmasked as well. And the claw swipe. Yo, I'm super excited for this. Yeah, the Storm Street Fighter figures look amazing. Like they look good. Like I can't say anything bad about them. They look amazing. Let's see. I don't know who's have these Star Wars figures are. What is that? Bom Vinden? I don't know who that is. But I guess he went up for pre-order today from Star Wars. I don't know who this character is. And then when the Gamorreans, again, where it is. So this went up today for pre-order. I missed out on this, but hopefully I'll catch it in the store. Psylocke and Thanos 2-pack, Marvel vs. Capcom. A lot of people are excited for Psylocke. It's a decent figure. Looks like a decent figure. And Thanos, a lot of people just like kind of skip over, which I can understand. I think I would have put a different character in here. Like actually, I wouldn't even say like if they could have got away with Birdie, I would put Birdie in there. But I think she was more like Marvel vs. Capcom 1 or X-Men vs. Street Fighter, if I remember correctly. I think she was in one. I forget which one. Wow. Rob said the pre-order lasted less than 5 minutes. Don't feel bad. Now said he was able to get one. Yeah. Just sick disavow RG on Thanos watch. This Dante is what they call a hostage pack. Like, I get it. I just honestly I'm not really like keen on the Thanos. The Psylocke is great. She'll fit great in the collection. Just the head sculpt was great on Thanos, but it's just basically all reused. Everything else is like it's reused parts from the original one. It was just a lighter blue, I should say. Yeah, I'm trying to think of like who else they could have put in this 2-pack. I'm just thinking like of somebody else that would have fit in this. Yeah, maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's what it's done. I'm thinking as well too. I feel like there could have been like another character that maybe could have been updated a tad bit with just different parts. I'm thinking maybe like even Storm. Like they could have used that solid body as Storm as well. Because remember, Storm was thick too. Oh, it's not 90%. It's like almost 99.9% repaint, reuse of the Thanos body. I think the only new thing is probably like the head, but most of it is all repurposed Thanos, previous Thanos that we've gotten. And look, I love Thanos too, but dang, I don't need no Thanos. Thanos could have been given his normal and old Thanos head. Yeah. Yeah, that could have worked too. Let me see something. 'Cause I want to see. Curious. Okay, just so I was curious about the other names that they had here. and it basically is the ones that already have 2 packs. I'm sure, like Robert, I'm sure one of the hands on Psylocke will plug in where she can hold a sword. So I'm not too worried about that. Like most of that stuff is like interchangeable, but she does look great. Great looking figure. Was able to pre-order this because I'm sure probably is not like on high on anybody's list, but I'm happy with it. Especially with the universal hibernation pods I have. This will great. This will go great with that. So this will be a great little scene for me with him in this newer. I like this newer body front that they're using. The newer body that they're using on this Weapon X. So this will work out great. Yeah. Let's see. Only some other stuff went out for pre-order. Cybertron, Megatron, Optimus Prime, Devastation, Sidewipe, and Wheeljack. Let's see what else we got here to talk about. Mask figures will include Power Up Long Mask. Oh wow. I never thought about that. That's kind of cool. I don't know how like I do love masks, but I'm not sure that's a line I'm going to get back into. I wonder if they have it on here. Because they did show off the SEC Transformer. I do want to get the SEC Transformer exclusive. It's Jetfire with the Void Rival characters. So I thought that'd be kind of dope to have. Because I'm enjoying Void Rivals, reading that, and the new Transformer series is pretty awesome. I love it so far. Let's check out this Storm Arena Sagat here. The Storm Arena, like they've been doing a pretty good job. They impressed me. I thought it'd be kind of phoned in, but no, they were actually putting some effort into this. It's just hard trying to collect 2 Street Fighter lines, but they are doing Alpha, so it is where you may get your Sakura finally, Rob. Yeah, looks good. Yeah, more accessories. Yeah. Yeah, 2 sets of hands. Neat flame foot kick and 2 hit sculpts. I should say 1 extra hit sculpt. It looks good. Yeah, so I'm gonna wrap it up here. Like I said, I wasn't going to plan to go this long. I was going to try to keep it short. But again, thank you all. I appreciate you all. I really do. As much as I would love to keep doing it, I don't think I have it in me, unfortunately. But there's other great people who are doing on YouTube. It hopefully may see me around there every once in a while, but definitely the show will still continue on until like the end of the year, the live streams. So they may be sporadic in between, but they'll definitely continue on. So until then, I'll see you all. Have a great weekend. Enjoy your time. If I don't see you next week, I'll see you on June 20th. June 20th is when I have a guest here. I'll see you June 20th. and I'll let you all know how that goes. And have fun. Happy hunting to you all. Pre-record some shows you're missing. No, I'm not pre-recording any shows. I'm sorry. This means I have to find 10 years worth of AOA jokes. I'm sure that Marvel's already going to give you probably 10 years of it with their new comic. So you will have nothing to worry about, Rob. I'm sure you'll probably have enough. All right, y'all. Stay safe. I'll see y'all later.